All right, guys, we're here with a rare sight. The Turbo RS is on the dyno. I know I had spoke about this a while back about doing some testing, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what's been done to the car as far as mods since the last time we spoke about it. If you follow the channel, you know what I have done, the upkeep I've done, and the things I've gone through, some of the problems I've run into. But we are on the dyno right now, and we're going to see if we can make a number. So we're here with legendary tuner and longtime friend Mike Dez, also known as Mike Dez. Me and Mike have been friends for a while. I've worked for Mike a long time ago, and he kind of helped me with the performance side of learning about Mustangs. And Mike is also a fan of the 2.3 turbos himself. So we're here checking out the dyno. What are we going to accomplish today, Mike?
And get a baseline on the SVO before we start the next round of mods. So we kind of want to know where we starting before we go any further.
That's it. And as far as mods now, I'll give you a rundown so we kind of know what we're dealing with. So for all of the new subscribers tuning in, wondering about it, it's a 79 Turbo RS Mercury Capri. When I got the car, it was just a rolling chassis. There was no powertrain in it. And a short time after I got the car, I was able to find an 86 SVO powertrain. It was essentially a whole car cut in half, and it offered everything I needed to get the car to run. So you have an 86 SVO set up with the PE computer, which is sought after. I know the LA3 computer has a little more aggressive map in it, but the PE seems to be the one that they had figured out. And as I said, it's just hot wired in the car as a standalone system. All the gauges still function as they should, and everything is working properly. So in some of the first run-through mods, we have the adjustable fuel pressure regulator. Just basically, I was limited to any kind of tuning with the car once I started making advancements. These cars are very limited on tuning software unless you switch to an MS3, the Pimpex system, or a Holly. So I was kind of limited in the choices I had. The adjustable regulator was just basically to combat the boost control, the homemade boost controller I made here. And we also have the open air element on the van meter. I did clean this meter this morning. It was actually caked up pretty well, and I had a couple of rough spots in the sweep. Any of you SVO guys know what I'm talking about as far as the door in there. And it did take care of some of that kind of dead tip-in feel I had. And we have an SN95 throttle body made to work, and it's pretty much just stripped down bare bones. The car's a 79, and the harness is pretty much just hot wired in there and made to work. And we have one more thing on the exhaust too, but other than that, we're gonna see what it does. This is essentially stock. Anybody could do these mods in their driveway. It's nothing fancy. There are no aftermarket parts in the engine. No, all internals are stock. So we're just seeing what we have with a limited setup. So Mike made a good point about getting a boost reference on the dyno. So we just kind of teed into boost line I had going in. What do you, we're gonna pull it to?
I think about 4,500 probably max.
Yeah,
we'll kind of see what she rolls over, Nick.
All right. And then we're not going to touch timing. We're not going to basically touch anything. We're just going to go at it the way it is, the way it sits, and see where we're at. All right.
That sounds good.
All right, so Brian, what are we seeing?
I see 157 horse to the tire.
Big heat?
Yeah, big heat. We see a peak of 8 pounds of boost as it carries on in the RPM range around 4,500, where about 7.5 pounds of boost. So most turbos will spike just a little bit, and then baseline fall off and go flat.
And that was a pull in third gear, correct?
Third gear.
All right, so what do you think about a fourth gear pull?
I think fourth gear's probably the next step. The car made pretty good power, and I'm pretty comfortable with being able to pull the dyno. So let's go ahead and give it a shot.
Let's do it. Let's see if we can get some more boost.
Yeah, so that's the fourth gear pull. Once again, we pulled the 4,500 RPM. I'm noticing in the car that we're seeing a little difference in the boost gauge than we are on the dyno. Dyno showing us, obviously the spike on the screen right now, but we're about 8 pounds on the screen of the dyno. I saw her in the car, I was probably a little bit like 11 pounds in the car. She felt good, air fuel looked fine on it right now, so I mean the baseline is pretty solid. I think right now we got to consider basically, is it more boost or we just kind of wait for the next round?
Let's also take a quick peek at torque and see what this thing did torque-wise. About 220 foot-pounds of torque on the peak.
So comfortable. I mean, considering these motors are rated at 220 horsepower, that's to translate to the rear wheels. That's pretty. It's healthy. It's there.
I think it's spot on. I think it's ready for that next round.
We could put a little click of boost in it. We could also open that secret E cutout.
I think opening that cutout's gonna be the way to go right now.
Cutout bumps the boost up.
All right, let's try that. We got it there, so we might as well use it. We won't go crazy. If it's healthy and it leaves healthy, that's what I want. Teamwork, let's do it. So in my haste, getting the car together, on the way here, I must have popped this cap off, blew the end of it off, so we had a boost leak. Brian was lucky enough to have a pressure gauge. He came over and tested it. We found the leak, which is really good because I was kind of tripping out a little bit. I thought I might have, something was off with my gauge. So now we're gonna do a test. We're gonna introduce more boost and see what we got for power. This should be the one. I'm excited about this now.
I'm just gonna go ahead right now with let's just send it. Just send it. Just send it. Just send it.
It's all stock too, which is the fun thing. You know, I haven't really done anything to it. Some future mods we'll talk about after this run, but I want to see if we just got a better boost level for what I got going on.
We get the initial baseline, we did the third gear pull, cutout close, power was pretty similar, but we kind of wanted to get a longer pull to get a better look at the air fuel ratio over a longer duration of time. Car's rolling right into the 11s, so we like to see it. We're seeing a solid amount of boost, and the car's holding the boost, right to the end.
Essentially, right now we're using the dyno as a tool. We've backed up our power number 4 times. We've backed up our straight boost line, and we backed up our air fuel. So we know we're safe with everything we have. We know the setup is essentially known good right now. Maybe putting a couple of clicks in with the boost controller and see if we can just give it maybe 3 more pounds of boost and see what it does. If we just get some data from that, then we know where we're at. Essentially, that'd be the next step.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, she looks good. I mean, she's pulling right to the red line, so we know that the valve chain and everything seems happy with it right now. So let's go ahead and add a little more boost to it.
All right, let's do it. This is 4th gear pull, cutout open, more boost. All right, so what do we got? 175. What was the boost level there?
That was about 13 and a half pounds of boost right there on that run.
On my gauge.
On your gauge.
And the dyno relates that to what, 11 and a half?
Actually, it was a 10 and 3/4.
10 and 3/4, all right.
Yeah, just over 2.5 pounds of boost increase. Pretty significant. It's a pretty good gain for a little bit of boost.
Now, is this in the situations where people say you keep throwing more boost at it, then it pops? Is this one of those situations where you get a little excited because you're on a dyno with your buddies and you spin that thing in there and just go to the moon? I know you don't care.
I know. I wouldn't have a problem saying that at all. I mean, obviously, I do care. I want to see this project all the way to the end. But no, I mean, our air fuel reaching up. I mean, you can see it in the graph there. It went from 11.5 down to about 10.8, I'd be honest with you, I'm ready to pull a little bit of a little bit of fuel out of the thing, and so we can make a little more power on the same boost level.
A little fuel out.
Yeah, as you see in the graph here, we've brought up quite a bit richer now from about a target of 11.5. The in-the-car wide bin was almost buried.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be afraid to go ahead and maybe pull a pound or two out and see if there's any bit of power to be had.
All right, Daddy, let's do it.
Essentially, the advantage of having the adjustable fuel pressure regulator is right now we're doing all of our tuning mechanically. We don't have a form of tuning yet, so I haven't gone that far down the rabbit hole. But this will help us get an idea of what the hell's going on with the car. As Mike said, he saw on the graph, it was growing a little fat, so this will probably help that out quite a bit. We'll see what happens next.
Just want to make a note that it is looking better on the wideband at idle as well. All right, give it the beans. So this is one of those situations where you use a dyno as a tool and you're able to diagnose what the hell's going on with this car. As you may remember earlier, I said I found this powertrain from a car that was cut in half and it was sitting for a long period of time. And I put it in the car. Stock internals from 1986. So the dyno, what do you think, Mike? We got more boost, we have proper air fuel, and we're not making any more power. So
yeah, I think we're looking at a situation here. We got an older engine. It's probably got valve flow.
Right, pressure on those springs from sitting for so long has just weakened the springs essentially.
I mean, they were probably already suspect in the fact even back then. So,
well, luckily, I had a nice chat with Boport, and we're actually getting a cam spring HLA kit for this car. So that's going to be the next mod you see done to this. And that will take care of our smoking problem because I'm going to do the valve seals while I'm in there. And then I'm also going to take care of the springs. And we'll probably see an even bigger kick in power due to the camshaft. So we did get a good baseline. We yielded good results. Probably going to turn that boost controller back out so I don't...
Yeah, for the street, Nick, like you said, let's turn the boost back down. We're going to go ahead and turn that fuel pressure back to where we had it. It was working real well before the low boost level. We did clean up the air fuel ratio, with the boost level, but obviously we're not going to stay up there, and obviously it appears that we got valve flow right now, so let's kind of go back to where we were and on to the next one.
Yeah, there's no need to beat the hell out of it. But for now, the car, we got a baseline, we got data. The car is going to leave safe, it's healthy, and it just makes the project that more interesting once we get some numbers that we're looking for, we're striving for. I'd like to get this thing to make 250. With maybe a turbo upgrade down the road, a front mount intercooler system, but I want to start first with the motor, start with the power plant. I'll get in there, I'll change the valve springs, I'll swap the cam out, and we'll come back on the dyno and see what we make it for power. I think that's a good game plan.
That sounds great.
Thanks for all your help today, buddy.
Oh, no problem.
I appreciate it.
Looking forward to
guys,
next time.
Any 50 guys, 4.6, all your Mustang needs, Dez Racing in Seekonk, Massachusetts. I've known these guys for a long time. They've always been cool with me, and they'll be cool with your setup too. Check them out. Peace. But I did say I wanted to get a Boport cam. I was able to talk to them. Great dudes to deal with as far as customer service. They were very helpful. So we went with, for my application, the 1.5 turbo specific cam. It's going to give good street manners, but you're going to get a little chop, a little drivability. So I'm excited to have that installed. With this kit, it's allowing me more rev, more performance, more horsepower. You know how it goes. Boost will like it a little better. So these are the lash adjusters. We did have a dual upgraded spring that Boport provides in their kit. If you remember from the video, we had some valve float up top. This motor sat for about 20 years, all as a powertrain together. So I purchased it, and obviously the valve spring is going to be weak over time, like anything would be in 20 years. So we did get their valve spring kit. Really excited about that. Roller followers or rockers on eBay from a reputable seller, so I have that to go with the kit. And we have a couple of different valve seal options because there was like a half-year cutoff point there. So I got both of them just in case I get into a jam. And Boport provides these adjusters because you have to space up the lash adjuster to the proper desired, basically like how you would modify push rod length. It's the same way with the lash adjuster. You have to get it up so the clearance is proper. So I'm going to get into that really soon. I just wanted to give you an update on the channel. We got some big updates coming soon with Project Mellow Yellow. I don't know if you saw the recent short video, but that fired. Long story, I didn't take you guys along with me, but we had some crazy things going on. But really exciting big updates coming soon. So look forward to the cam swap in this video, and then we're going to get right back on the dyno with Mike and see what it does. I'm super happy to keep going with this 4-cylinder turbo project and see how far I can push it. My goal is 200 horse. I know that's nothing crazy, but 200 dependable horsepower and a little light turbo 4-cylinder car is really what I'm after. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, share it on whatever groups you can. I'd really appreciate it. I want to get the subs up because I want to start doing a lot more things. My guitar channel is the same way. I had to do a lot of networking, and I understand how it goes. But I'm just appreciative for everybody who's followed along so far on these Mercury Capri projects. And check me out on Instagram too, 401 Fox Body. I'll put everything right here so you can see it. But we'll talk soon, guys. Stay tuned for the next project. Peace.